So Peanut Gallery, with all the fun hype with WrestleMania, people love to do the fantasy stuff. So we're like, let's do that, but we incorporated AI.
But we're not. So we'll kind of explain it as we go.
Yeah. So we focus on 3 cities: Minneapolis, Minnesota, which was a close second, Vegas currently, and London, because we kind of wanted to do something interesting.
Well, London has always been touted as
the first big international WrestleMania. Right. So we're like, yeah, let's do it. We have 4 different kinds of entrances: a big grand, a smaller one, and then 2 special ones.
Okay.
So I did the AI work as it relates to the entranceways, and Peanut Gallery kind of did a fantasy booking. Obviously, we're really
very high level. We're so far out.
Yep.
That we really can't do like specific matches, but I'll go over some trends that could lead to certain WrestleManias happening in certain places.
Yeah. So this is the first one. So this is going to be Minneapolis. This is grand.
Okay.
So this is like the big grandiose entrance if you were going to do all of that WrestleMania. And I put it up there for Peanut Gallery to look at. But I might make it a little bit bigger for the audience though, because it's a little small.
Okay.
So let me do that really quick here. Kind of off the cuff. I didn't realize it was going to be as small as it is. And then don't worry, we do have a match, but I want to make sure that this is a little bit bigger. If it wants to cooperate with me today.
No, it doesn't want to cooperate with you.
There we go. That's much better. So also, I used 2 different AI systems. I used Midjourney, and then I also used
Dolly.
Dolly. Yeah.
Dolly.
Yeah. So this is that one, big grand one, huge, like literally smack dab on the side. This one's a little bit of a smaller one.
Okay.
Obviously, you can see like this big ramp thing.
Yeah.
I didn't put this in. I let AI really do a lot of the work on there. Then there's like just a big screen on the back.
Right.
So a very practical, sort of the trend that they're doing right now. We have a Viking inspired.
This is pretty cool.
This is the grand. This is the. I think this. Yeah. No. This is the grand one. So big Viking one. This was created with Midjourney. So all of these are so far Midjourney.
Okay.
And then this is the smaller one. What I like about this is the grand one. I'm sorry. This is the smaller one. This is the grand one because the grand one, the audience is elevated, and then there's like a big video screen all the way around and going up the ramp.
I see.
So I thought this one was pretty cool. This one was my favorite. Now, let's see what Dolly does. So this is the grand one for Minnesota. Oh, if it wants to, because now the photos are getting a little bit bigger. So let me do that. Perfect. Back over here. There. So this is the grand one for Minneapolis.
Okay.
Just a monstrosity of a entrance. This is the smaller one. I kind of like the 3-tier system. You can do a lot with that. And I was like, oh, that's a really neat one. Here is the Viking inspired one.
I like that one.
This is the small one.
Right.
I like the fire
so
pillars. Like that'd be really cool. Like with like fire consistently around. That'd be really neat. And then the grand one is definitely my favorite. That one is freaking cool.
Absolutely.
Now, Peanut Gallery. What was the
Well, I think with all these WrestleManias, regardless, I think we're gonna have a Rock versus Roman match at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Just regardless of what city it's in, because that's just the trend line of the bloodline.
Right.
With something like a Minneapolis.
While you're filibustering, I can get the
with
next one.
With the Minnesota themed, with a Minnesota based WrestleMania. Obviously, you got to work Brock Lesnar into something because Brock Lesnar is from Minneapolis.
Yep.
Also, he is a big star. And then with Vikings, I'm thinking people like Drew McIntyre should be in the title picture or in the main event scene.
Sheamus, Gunther.
And a lot of it is also going to apply to London because there's going to be a lot of international stars.
If the Viking Raiders were healthy around that time, we should do a Viking rules. That would be really cool, especially with all that Viking stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So
this is kind of the theming behind it.
What I would like to have seen is more of like a the no rules hardcore-esque thing is relates to a Viking-related sort of entity, just because it's more hard-hitting stuff.
Maybe.
And remember, Vikings, a lot of their culture was based around combat, so that sort of more loose interpretation of rules would be really cool.
Right.
So these are the Vegas Manias. I have no idea why I decided to put it outside.
Hey, whatever.
But this is the grand entrance for Allegiant.
Okay.
Just ridiculous. Now, this one I kind of like because I can almost see
It almost has a Grand Prix feel.
Yeah.
Formula One.
Yeah, so a very small entrance, and then you can almost put like a Mad Max-esque sort of digital cage around it.
Yeah.
And you can almost harken with the UFC portion of it too. Even though this might obscure the view a little bit, I think you could possibly do something.
Well, you just wouldn't put something around the ring like that.
Right. But I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
I really liked the lighting and all of that, and it was really neat. So this is obviously you kind of get the gist on how each AI works their system, right?
Yeah.
So this is the grand entrance for Vegas that was created by DALL-E.
Okay.
Just so freaking cool. This is the smaller one from DALL-E for it. For some reason, Midjourney could not understand the concept of the strip. So the next one is if they closed down the Las Vegas Strip and did the show literally on the strip. So this is the big entrance
I love that.
for the strip view. I thought it was freaking badass. I love it. I can totally see this huge entrance that goes across the entire street and go down like that.
Yeah.
And then the smaller one, I actually really like this one too. Very simple and easy.
Yeah.
And I really like that the fans are like sort of on the level with it too.
Right.
I thought this one was really cool. But that was it for the Vegas ones.
Yeah. So with this one, with the UFC obviously being headquartered there, I could see a lot of I could see some UFC involvement in that, whether the fighters participate in a match or a segment or something like that. And then obviously you're going to want a lot of celebrity cameos because it is Vegas.
Right.
And all the celebrities are probably going to be there for that weekend regardless.
Right.
But that would be what I would do a little bit differently, maybe than from the Viking themed and then the overseas one.
Yeah. So this is going to be Wembley.
Okay.
This is not the special one. This is going to be the one in Wembley Stadium.
Okay.
This was obviously done by DALL-E, and this is the grand entrance. I really like how it made it sort of look like a castle.
Yeah, kind of. It looks a little more mid-eastern castle.
Yeah. Because
like.
it's circular.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
I do like the little entrance because that looks like a portal.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really cool juxtaposition. This is the grand one that was made by Midjourney.
Okay.
I really like how simple it is. I would kind of like more of a, it's a hit or miss for me on that. This is the smaller one from Midjourney.
Okay.
Even though it's still pretty big, it's actually very narrow and tall.
Yeah.
Which I actually kind of like. I'm starting to dig it. This is the small one from DALL-E.
Okay.
I really like how it really incorporated Buckingham Palace into the design of it. It's very royal.
Yep. Very regal. Yeah.
Yep. And then the final ones are actually going to be based in front of Buckingham Palace.
Okay.
It'd be very random. So this is the small one, I believe, from Midjourney.
Okay.
I really like it that it showcases Buckingham a lot more. This is the small one where it actually is going to be like within the grounds of Buckingham Palace.
Right.
So people pour in and they're sort of like in the corridors of Buckingham, which I actually did like this where the statue was there too. Here is DALL-E's. I really like this one. This one is really cool.
And know, before you say, well, they don't do big events in front of these big monuments like this, but it's like they're doing a whole big event in Paris. We're literally building a stadium right at the foot of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, so this is not out of the realm of possibility. I like this one too. I don't know which program did it better. I like this one because it kind of looks like a circus.
Yeah.
Like there's a circus entrance.
Yeah, it's a circus-esque, which I guess would harken back to the older days when wrestling used to be done as part of a circus performance.
And a lot of it actually started in England.
Yeah.
So this would actually be a really cool, like you said, a harkening back to a very different day. But this was the small one for it, and that was it for the entrances.
All right, so just like the Viking themed one, because I think there's so much overlap with the wrestlers, we would do again a lot of the international wrestlers would would be showcased, because of course this is England, and then it would kind of be a mix between that and then a Las Vegas style WrestleMania as far as celebrity involvement, but instead of maybe celebrities,
international celebrities,
right? It would be celebrities from the United Kingdom who would be involved,
right? Exactly. So I think that'd be really cool.
Anyways, but that's pretty much all I had.
What were your thoughts on which AI program did it better?
What? I don't know. That's kind of hard to say.
I will say that I did like how Midjourney tried to give us different perspectives as it relates to it. But I thought DALL-E did a much better, like this is a very clear entrance way. And then it also kept it very thematic, where you almost sort of had to force Midjourney. And like I said, I couldn't get the strip one because it couldn't understand the concept of the strip.
Right.
Which was very odd. But I thought DALL-E, just because of the strip one, did slightly better. So that's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But up next, we do have a match. So we'll get right on that here in 1 second.